FOG Andrew here, and the coach here for Family of Gamers. Welcome, War Gamers, to an exciting, awesome episode. This is a big one, okay? Because I've been waiting for this ever since Catan was announcing that they were going to do something pretty big. They had a big announcement. As you can see, we're kind of a Catan household here. We love all the games. You're huge. What's your favorite one?
Cities and Nights.
Cities and Nights. I don't know if I have a favorite one. I don't know. I would have to really think about that.
So, Cities and Nights is the best expansion, and if you thought another one was a better expansion, you'd be wrong. Just so you know.
Okay. I mean,
Cities and Nights is pretty cool. Although Traders and Barbarians is pretty cool.
yes, and then not only doing that, but combining seafarer cities. That's what I love about Catan. It's very modular.
Well, that's a good thing. It's like, all right, we bought an expansion. We could put Tree together and make it work. So I like that.
Or the Treasures, Dragons, and Adventures box where you have to use cities and knights and the seafarers. Anyway, this is not a Catan, I guess. I don't know what
opinion
video.
This
is well. I mean, we love Catan. So I wanted to do a Catan year in review, but I realized that in 2024 they only came out with new energies compared to 2023. They did Soccer, Hawaii, Starfarers Duel, and I think no, Dawn of Humankind was the year before. But they had a couple more boxes. I mean, it was a pretty big box to do for new energies. Overall, real quick, new energies. What are your thoughts?
I like it.
Yeah,
I like not just Catan, but any game, but especially with Catan, where there's 3 or 4 ways to get points. So like with Cities and Knights, you can get the commodities, and you could do this, and you level up your cities, and then you can get the where even if the barbarians come, you put a wall up, and it's
right.
It's good, and then new energies, there's you're putting power plants, you're doing this, you're doing that, you're bringing down the greenhouse, you're bringing up the greenhouse, you're doing all this different stuff. So there's 5 or 6 different ways to get points. But also, if somebody's not looking and you're like, oh, well, he only got a few points, but I got 4 points in 5 different things.
Right.
I have enough to win.
Right.
And it's hard for you to keep track. So it's very if you're on your phone or you're distracted, you're going to let that go by. I think it's good because it makes you concentrate, and it really, it's good. I like that there's, like I said, more ways to get points.
Right.
Other than with the base Catan, it's very simplistic as far as with the expansions now. But we're spoiled now because playing base Catan is I'll do it to teach you, but I'm not going to really. I rather do the expansion.
I do have fun going back every once in a while to just doing base Catan, no expansions. On New Year's, we did 5-player Catan, and that was very fun. That was pretty fun. No expansions, just 5-player Catan. I mean, it's but if we want to do 5-player Cities and Nights, then we got to get the 5 to 6-player extension for Cities and Nights specifically to use with Catan, to use with that extension. Anyway, but I do like Cities and Nights. I like new energies as well. I think there could have been maybe a little bit more to make it a little bit more different. The power plants and the energy and the event discs are definitely a cool addition. It's a modernized Catan. I do like that. But coming from new energies, and then on the first, Catan posted a big 6, and they're okay, we're counting down. January 7th is going to be a huge announcement. I'm okay. I'm oh, come on. All right, what is it? I'm this, if they're counting down, this has got to be something big. And like I said, coming from new energies, I'm all right, they got to do are we getting a 5th, expansion box? Are we getting an expansion to Starfarers? Are we getting an expansion to new energies? Who the hell knows? Now you know absolutely nothing. You're completely blind in this. I texted you. I told you. I said, don't look at anything.
I was told not to look at any social media.
Yes, because I wanted to keep it a surprise. But so they counted down 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and each image, the background was getting less and less blurry. And it looked like the artwork was like different from like the base box art of Catan. So I'm like, okay,
but this is a Catan thing.
Is this Catan? Yes. So I'm like, okay.
And it's not Catan, it's Catan.
Catan.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, well, maybe they're doing a fifth, expansion. Actually, you have seafarers, cities and knights, explorers and pirates, and traders and barbarians. Maybe they're doing a fifth one. That was my original theory. But what it is officially is I'll just read you the article. We'll read the article. It's not that long, but
there's no pictures.
There is. I'll show them to you.
You should pop that up too.
The latest release for Catan comes 30 years after the introduction of the original game from Klaus Teuber. While Catan's 6th edition maintains its essential mechanics, many of the game's creative components have been re-envisioned to provide additional ease and functionality. The game's rulebook now features more... Okay, so basically, they're just re-releasing Catan and all the expansions with new artwork.
That's it?
Yep. Doesn't that suck? If you would like to look at the pictures. I am extremely disappointed because I am very mad because I get it. It's the 30th anniversary, but they're calling this 6th edition. You have 6 editions of this game in 30 years where it's barely different. At least, and here's the worst part. At the end, it says all this stuff is compatible with 5th edition. So, like, let's say they come out with an expansion. I can still use these boxes.
Well, all right. But that's a plus. Because...
What's a plus?
Well, let's say they come out with a new expansion. And it works with 6th edition, but it also works with 5th.
Right.
If it only worked with 6th edition, that would be terrible.
Right. That would... Yeah, okay, but but I feel like it's more of an insult that it's like, oh, we're just... Here's, like, I already have them. There is not a single extra thing in there besides card trays.
The game also holders. Features revamped art from the updated packaging to enhance game components. The new premium square format box is finished with an updated lid art, which paints a richer picture of settings, immersing the player on the adventure they are about to embark on.
So instead of being this size, the boxes will be this size.
It'll be square. Okay.
Are you out of your mind? And they're re-releasing these expansions, which we already have.
Seafarers,
cities and knights, explorers and pirates, traders and barbarians, all are getting re-released at $50 a pop, which is the price of these. Why would I get these?
So basically, they're just doing the same game with new stuff,
with new artwork and stuff. Now, listen, I could be super wrong, and they're like, oh, they're putting, we're adding new stuff to some of these expansions, which I would be so annoyed about that if they were like, oh yeah, we're actually adding new stuff to cities and knights. It's like, what?
It seems why? Like they changed the back of the card.
Yeah, the back of the cards are different. There's new dice. The hexes look different. The outer part, the frame looks different. Now, you're like that. I'm fuming because I was so excited.
You couldn't cue.
And they did the countdown. It's like checking back every day. I saw a comment. It was like someone wrote, very good comment. They wrote, "This is just old wine in a new glass." That's all it is. You're taking
basically you're regifting.
You're taking the same freaking games and then putting them in square boxes. Whoop-de-doo.
So now what's like the overall in the Catan community?
I don't really know, just because this video is coming out the day after. We're filming this the day of the announcement. I've seen people say this is cool, and I've seen a lot of people say that it's very pointless, which I agree. I think it's very pointless.
So basically, what they could have just said was, like because they basically marketed the hell out of this.
Yes.
6 5 4 3 2 1. Hey, look, we're doing this. This is all new. They could have just not done that and just said, hey, if you need to update, because I know you bought a new box of the original Catan
And
because
and that's the funny part too. I bought this. This is a new box. I have 2 boxes of Catan because the old box, the tiles and the cards were getting crappy. So I bought a new freaking box recently.
should have waited.
I should have waited.
You could have got the new square box, but it wouldn't have fit with the other boxes.
No.
So this is a nice thing that they're doing, that they're updating it. I think it's cool. It has no bearing on our situation, really,
No,
because there's no reason for it.
No, and I am 99% sure that they won't be putting out anything else besides these boxes this year.
Do you think for the whole year that's
100%? Well, they only put out new energies last year. They're putting out 5 boxes this year. The 4 expansions and then the base box for 6th edition.
I guess they're revamping it to maybe get new players, because maybe you see this and it looks a little dated, so they're going to do that. I get it from a marketing standpoint, but for your old players, it's not a big deal.
No, I'm very...
Maybe somebody be inclined to buy an expansion now that...
Right, and look, sure, I'm like yes, it'll hopefully bring people into playing Catan and bring new players in, but at the same time, now it's taking away a spot for getting an actual expansion.
Right.
Or getting something, big, like a 5th expansion box for Catan. Like Explorers and Pirates was the last big box expansion that they put out, but that's from 2013. It's been over 10 years since the last, big box Catan expansion. You know when these boxes came out for 5th edition Catan? 2015. It's only been 10 years. It's been longer that we got a big expansion box.
So it's time to up the game, man. Time to get some new Catan expansions. But
the problem is we have all of them.
No, I'm saying they.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. They need to and these were some of my favorite recent releases. Love Hawaii. Hawaii is one of my favorite expansions for Catan. And then the soccer one, that it's just like a goofy little throw-in scenario that you can do. But I love these. These are $20. I call them like folder scenarios, quick $20 cheap scenario with some fun mechanics and extra stuff. I would love for them to do more. You have Hawaii, do other countries, or do maybe other states in the US. You do a bunch of stuff, or where the hell are, like, some of my favorite Catan boxes are the Settlers of America, the Inca box, the Dawn of Humankind. Give us some more historical boxes. Ancient Egypt, like they did a box a couple years ago. Ancient Egypt, Settle the Nile, whatever. But it's like expensive. It's like a collector's edition. Can't get it anymore. It's out of print. Reprint that. Do something like that. Dawn of Humankind is a reprint. It's a reprint of an older box. Settlers of the Stone Age, what it was originally called. Give us something new. Like, don't get me wrong, New Energies was new, but to be honest with you, it's also more of the same. Because I could take out all the extra stuff in New Energies and just play regular Catan in there, which, don't get me wrong, is good. I like that you can do that, but like since you can do that, shows that like they're like, this is just more of the same. This is just really just expanding on that, but like give us something big. Give us something big. And I feel like they haven't really done that as of recent, like Starfarer's Duel, 2-player Starfarer's card game. It's like, oh, okay. I mean, I hear it's pretty good, but like, when the hell did we play 2-player, Catan?
What was the dice game? Remember with it was almost like Yahtzee.
Yeah, the dice game,
Yeah.
Catan, the dice game.
Yeah, when was that?
That I don't know. A couple years ago, probably. But this is just very I think this disappoints me just because of the hype. There's a lot
of hype around it,
and there was a lot of hype for me around it, and now it just kind of like
petered out.
Yeah. So I don't think that they'll put out anything else Catan related this year. I think we'll have to wait until 2026, just because they're putting out 5 boxes this year. I don't think that they're gonna put out. I'd be surprised, but I'm very disappointed. And I mean, and again, like, that doesn't mean I don't like the game, but and for me, it's like, I know what people I think
in your head you overhyped it up to the point.
Well, they overhyped it up.
Yeah, but they got you excited.
Yeah.
And you know what? Not for nothing, you came back and looked.
Yeah. And I know what people are gonna say. Oh, well, just don't buy it. I'm not. So I'm not mad that, like, they're doing this. I'm mad that it's just we're not getting something else.
New. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So you're upset.
I'm very
They did it to you on purpose, just
I have been bamboozled. I have been Smeckledorfed. I've been a lot of things. So overall, what are your final thoughts, I guess?
I think it's good that they're just kind of, I see what they're doing. It's like the boxes are a little dated. They're trying to bring it to the modern era, and it's okay. Maybe a rebranding, so like Catan gets taken off the shelf, then gets put back on the shelf, and then you see it when you go into like a game store, a hobby store or something, and you see it, and you're like, oh, you know what? I have the original Catan. Oh, well, this is an expansion. Oh, but it's a different game. Well, no, you could put it with your older. Oh, okay. They're just basically revamping it.
Right.
Like, it's a same game, different wrapping paper. So I don't think it's bad from that. I do understand what you're saying, and I feel the same way. I would have liked to see a new expansion or a new complete game, like
New Energies
or the prehistoric one, the
Dawn of Humankind.
Yeah, something like that. But all right. Well, I'm underwhelmed.
Yeah, me too. Disappointed. But let us know what you think down in the comments below. I'm curious to see what other people are thinking about this, because, again, I'm disappointed. This is
if you're going to get expansions now, just wait till the new stuff comes out and get the new artwork and whatever. If you have all the expansions like us, let us know what you think, because you're in the same boat as us.
Yeah. But that's it, guys. There's videos on the screen that you can check out. We have some other videos on the channel that are Catan related, and some that aren't Catan related that you can look at. And then subscribe if you're new to the channel. And that's it, guys. We'll see you in the next one.